The accused gunman in the tragic Colorado movie theater massacre appeared in court, where for the first time his lawyers disclosed that they believe he's mentally ill. It was only 3 weeks ago that police say James Holmes killed 12 people and shot 58 more. And with the discovery that Holmes' psychiatrist had voiced serious concerns weeks before the spree, could all this heartbreak have been averted? Here's ABC's Mark Greenblatt.
Today, James Holmes sat in court, his hair still bright orange, while his attorney said several times he was mentally ill when he allegedly killed 12 people and wounded 58 others at a Batman movie premiere. Outside court, his victims reacted angrily.
I was sitting right next to my girlfriend who has 22 new holes in her body. Didn't seem too crazy when he, ordered all the ammunition months in advance and booby-trapped his apartment, and that didn't seem very crazy to me.
But the biggest question for his victims, whether it all could have been prevented.
I think that if someone could have said 6 weeks beforehand, this man is a danger, maybe me and a lot of others could still have our loved ones.
Jansen Young lost her boyfriend, John Blunk, in the shooting. He sacrificed his own life to shield her from the bullets.
I would not be here to talk to you right now if John had not saved my life.
She was outraged to hear the University of Colorado psychiatrist who treated Holmes reported warning signs of his behavior nearly 6 weeks before the shooting. But it appears the university never acted on it.
I think that they messed up, because then they could have stopped somebody. They could have had the possibility of saving lives.
Jennifer Seeger came face to face with Holmes that night.
You saw blood everywhere.
Yeah. Everywhere, yes. It was on me. It was on the ground. It was in front of me. It was on people that were dying, that were dead.
Much of the attention on the case has turned to Dr. Lynn Fenton, who wasn't just Holmes' psychiatrist, but turns out actually wrote the university's policy on threat assessment. And sources tell KMGH in early June she reached out to that very same threat assessment team with concerns about Holmes' behavior. And ABC News has learned Fenton even contacted a university police officer, going so far as to break doctor-patient confidentiality.
In a case where there's a danger of imminent harm to another person, there's a mandatory requirement that the report be made.
And then on June 10th, Holmes announced he intended to quit the prestigious PhD program at CU.
Under those circumstances, most well-trained threat assessment teams would have gone into action. It's hard to imagine why they wouldn't go into action when they get those kinds of reports.
The university admits tonight that Holmes was still enrolled when the shooting occurred, but sources tell us that with the paperwork for withdrawal in motion, the university's threat assessment team never had a formal meeting and never intervened.
Colorado statute says report it to law enforcement, report it in a way that something can be done about it. They even suggest the involuntary commitment of the dangerous person. Simply reporting it and wringing hands and saying, well, there's nothing we can do about it because it's no longer a problem for the University of Colorado, I think far short of what responsibility was.
The University of Colorado isn't the first school to get into trouble for missing warning signs. Jared Loeffner, who shot Congresswoman Gabby Giffords and 18 others in an Arizona parking lot, had been a Pima Community College student. Loeffner had several run-ins with faculty members and students. School officials told him to get a mental health evaluation or not return. Soon-Hee Cho, the student behind the massacre of 32 people at Virginia Tech, was also known to university authorities after multiple people reported his disturbing behavior. The university settled a raft of lawsuits with the families of the victims. Now, in Colorado, another set of families, another set of young victims. Jansen Young told us she's having trouble understanding how the man charged with killing her boyfriend was able to go so far without anyone stopping him.
Even if it wasn't about him being the university's problem, it's still a problem that they should be involved in because, he was the entire city of Aurora's problem, and now it's the world's problem. All I think about is how much I miss him. I miss him so much. I would give anything just to have one more day with him, even just an hour.
For Nightline, I'm Mark Greenblatt in Aurora, Colorado.